Greetings, Simon and Malin here, and today we're looking at an introduction to design and technology. And what exactly is design and technology? So here, I want you to take 3 minutes to write down your 5 favorite technologies. Don't think, don't stress, just write them down. What are your 5 favorite technologies? Oh, I know. What does he mean by that question? I mean, you've got 2 minutes, 55 seconds to write down your 5 favorite technologies. So put this on pause and do that. In the meantime, this sort of task is something that you can use in school. So if you think, oh yeah, I'll just keep going with this and I won't put it on pause and blah, 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 what are you learning? So this is modeling what you do. Put it on pause, write down your 5 favorite technologies. Let's see what that is. Okay, now you've started it up again. Invariably, what we're going to get is a lot of digital work. And you'll see phones, laptops, internet, computer, like microwave, all of this sort of thing. And that's because that's the sort of world that we live in at the moment. It's high paced. And so that's the sort of thing that we take looking forward. However, for me, I really like to look at the absolute, the crux of it, like where does it all come from? So my favorite technology is the teaspoon. And you'll be going, oh my God, that's a bit weird. But no, just think of it like this. How many billions of cups of tea can you stir before you wear it out? Do you change the batteries? Like, do you have to upgrade it? You know? No, you don't. So in its own right, the teaspoon is an amazing thing. But what I love about it is that it's fundamentally one of the most ridiculous things that I've ever come across as well. And we'll come back to that in a minute. First, let's have a look at how that works, how it connects. So here is a concept of the evolution of the teaspoon. Yeah, maybe. And so we're looking at spoonness. Where does that come from? So what was the first spoon? Invariably, people will go rocks, sticks, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, because do any of those look like they could be a spoon? Not really, not without some extra work. So in design cycle thinking, we've got to think about what the client is, where this is coming from, yeah? So here's our client setting. Way back in the cave, everybody is just going out, they're running around, they're throwing rocks and pointy sticks at animals, bring them back and just throw them on the fire and eat them. And invariably, somebody who would probably be called the spoon monitor nowadays, they would say to them, which translates to, it's time for you to pull the food out of the fire. You're the spoon monitor. And you can tell a good spoon monitor because their hands aren't so badly burnt. They're very quick at it. Yeah. So the desire to come up with a spoon as something to remove things from the fire is pretty prevalent. Like they're interested in moving forward. So this is it. We have a look. They're burning food in the fireplace. How do you get that out without burning your hands? So what is the first spoon? It's all around them already, but they just don't know. Put this on pause and have a discussion, have a think about what you consider the first spoon might be. And then we'll come back and there you go. So in terms of animal skeletons and animal bones, how many spoon shapes can you see there? And that's the thing. All it takes is a spark for the first person to go, actually, I can't see why this won't work. And so they use it. And then from that, the very first of those, that evolutionary tree of tools, in this case spoons, is born. Then they just refine them as they go. So for me, And this is how I look at it. Design and technology is the evolution of creative problem solving in the human-made world. That's it. Like, that's how it goes. Everything that you use, everything that you touch, everything you engage with is the solution to the problem that went before it. And for me, the real curiosity is, what was that problem? And what was the problem before that? And the problem before that? If you understand that process and you really practice that process, then it's an absolute snap to be able to go, okay, so what's the future problem? What's the future solution? Where does that lead? What are the implications of that? And that's what makes design and technology such an amazing, such an exciting area to look at. So in the evolution of the spoon, here is these specialist spoons that have come up, ladles, yeah? And they would have been out of wood and all sorts of things to start with, but we get them refined now so that everyone's quite familiar with them. And that's the problem, is that because you become familiar with things, you don't see them. So the idea of this subject is to get you to focus and see everything, absolutely everything. So here's some big spoons. Stop this for a moment and have a think about, in terms of these devices, what are the different jobs that they do? What are other large spoons of this variety that you can think of? Perhaps a snow shovel or something like that, so what are they? And this evolution and this problem solving goes on as the human-made world becomes more technologically advanced. Here we have ultra specialist spoons. I know it's a bit weird, isn't it? Little animal, little creature going across the front of the lip. These are mustache spoons, and there were thousands of designs of these made at a time where sipping soup and not getting it over your mustache was really essential for being a class person. Yeah, if you weren't a class person, like most of us, you'd just slurp it straight out of your bowl. Like bobbing for soup. What a great sport. Here's some other really big spoons that are specialist. So you can see how it's evolved just from the first bone through to these advances in tools and mechanical advantage, technological advantage, like what do they do? So we need to think about it in terms of where did it start and where does it go? And really crucially for the whole subject and for your whole life, you need to understand sometimes it doesn't have to be high tech. Yeah? Sometimes it can just be something really simple. Thank you very much. Welcome to the subject. Have a lot of fun. Cheers for now.